Hi folks, this is Christian Brindle, Medicare Health Plan expert and specialist located about 20 minutes outside of Salt Lake City, Utah. And today, the last couple of days we've been doing Medicare supplement deep looks in the states of Colorado and Idaho, and they just seem to be so much fun for everybody, including myself, that I thought we would do them for my home state here in Utah. And there's probably no market we know better than Utah. We know all of our markets very, very well. We're licensed in 10 states to help people with their Medicare health plans. But thought it'd be fun to do one for our home state right here in Utah. So without further ado, let's get right into it. I'm going to look at every single insurance company that's currently offering Medicare supplement plans in the state of Utah. So we're looking at the zip code of 84070, which is our office zip code. I thought it would be fitting here in Sandy. That is Salt Lake County. And let's look at a Medicare supplement for a female that's turning age 65. And let's look at a Plan G. So if you're not familiar with Medicare supplement plans, they are basically letter-based plans that are designed by the government in terms of how much of the 20% that Medicare leaves behind they will cover. If you're not familiar, Medicare on its own pays 80% of medical bills only and leaves 20% behind for you to pay. So a Medicare supplement just comes through and plugs up that 20% gap a little bit, that hole. That's why they call them Medigap. So essentially, the plans are designed by the government and then given to private insurance companies to market, and they all pay a different amount. But that means every single insurance company that offers, let's say, a Plan G is going to be the same coverage. Now, Plan G pays everything that Medicare leaves behind, except for a one-time-a-year deductible of $198 one time per year. So let's look at that plan. It's probably the most popular at the moment. And we'll see what things look like for a female age 65 in Salt Lake County. We can also look at Plan N and a couple of other things while we're here, so stick around to the end of this video. Now, Medicare supplement plans, like I said, they all have different prices, but not only do they all have different prices, they're all going to have different rate increases. Every single Medicare supplement company typically is going to raise your price every single year as you get older, and there's actually absolutely no exceptions to that. And so we typically like to work with bigger, well-known companies, established companies, because they can typically afford to spread that risk around much better than smaller companies can for the most part. So we're going to look at the market analytics as well, which will show us the rate increases, at least for this particular block of business. So this company, the cheapest Plan G a female in Utah can get is going to be about $98 a month through this company called Capital Life. They only have a B++ rating with the AM Best, which AM Best is basically a company that rates the financial stability of insurance companies. And I don't usually like to see anything under an A-. And this plan particularly only started in January 1st of 2020, so they're so new they don't even have any rate increase data for us to go off of. That always makes me a little nervous. Next we have Prosperity Life Group. Similar story, very new, smaller company. They only have 2 in the state of Utah as of 2019, so that's not very helpful. Not a whole. If one of those 2 people had kidney dialysis, that means that both of those people's rates would probably go through the roof. We have Union Security. I mean, a lot of times the lowest priced plans are going to come from smaller insurance companies that a lot of times over a long period of time can't sustain that rate. I can't say anything for sure, but that's usually the way that it works. Atlantic Coast, kind of the same kind of thing. Very, very new here in Utah. Humana has not been too bad. Humana is not a new company. They're a very large company. And this particular line of Medicare supplements they're offering in Utah, we've had 1 rate increase so far at 5.5%, and we've been pretty happy with that so far. It hasn't been bad. Lumico, only 24 in the state as of 2019. That can kind of tell you all you need to know. We've had great luck with Aetna over the years. They didn't have a rate increase in 2019, 6% in 2020, but it averages out about 3% on this particular line of supplements. So we love to see that, and they're a very large, well-known company. Renaissance Life, they're okay. They've been around a little while. Medicare supplements for United Healthcare, they actually went down 13% this year in price, which you never see almost. And so they actually have a rate increase average of lowering the price over the last 3 years, which is great to see. And they're able to do things like that because they have over 4.1 million customers nationwide as of 2019, 30% of the market as of 2019. and they have 41% of the market here in Utah, particularly. So that's great to see. We love doing business with that insurance company primarily. Americo, they're all right. They're newer here in the state. Cigna, we like Cigna quite a bit, but it's gone up more than we like to see recently, 8.5%. Thrivent, gone up a little bit more than we like to see, 7.5%. National Health, which is a National General Company, it's okay, but it's only had the one rate increase so far. National Guardian, 7% rate increase. We typically like to work with the really big insurance companies. Now this is a plan through Blue Cross Blue Shield of South Carolina, which is interesting because we're in Utah. Interesting to see. Bankers Fidelity, large rate increase there. I don't really like to see that too much. Another Bankers Fidelity, which is so new, don't really have a rate increase as of yet. Western United, 18% just a few days ago. Wouldn't touch that very, very easily. Transamerica, 9% last year, 6% this year. Don't love that trend going forward. Guaranty Trust Life, 12%. Regions Blue Cross Blue Shield is great. They had also have a negative rate increase average over a longer span of time than United even did, so that's great to see. We love working with them as well. So you kind of get the idea, folks, in terms of what's available here. Let's look at a Plan N just for kick's sake. Plan N is just like Plan G. It charges the same deductible, except for it also charges a up to $20 doctor copay every time you're going to go see a doctor. It charges a $50 copay every time you're going to go to the emergency room. And it also doesn't cover what's known as Medicare Part B excess charges, which is basically like if the doctor wants to tack on anything extra in addition to the bill, which essentially, doesn't typically happen. So you usually want to just keep in touch, you keep an eye on those doctor copays. People do that because it's a lot of times it's a lower premium than a G would be, so it's a nice alternative. The reason why these rate increases matter is because when you're new to Medicare and you first turn 65, you're able to get any Medicare supplement plan you like with no health questions and no underwriting. But once you're outside of that new to Medicare window, then you have to go through health questions. So I always tell people you want to plan on if you're stuck on it for 10 years and pick one that's going to be cheapest over a 10-year period. And if it turns out your health is good and you are able to change, then great. But just plan for the worst and expect the best is kind of my motto. So the same thing, we kind of got all these smaller companies, don't have a lot of clients in the state, so there's not a huge sample size to go off of. It's tricky to kind of determine, and a lot of them are newer here in the state as far as the particular product lines they're offering. Aetna's probably the best one that comes up so far, in my opinion. They haven't had a rate increase on Plan N for the last 2 years, and we'd love to see that. And they're a very large insurance company. They have 233,000 lives on this particular block nationwide. Now, Aetna has multiple different companies they use to underwrite, so that number is a little deceiving because it doesn't take every single company and combine them. It's just for this particular subsidiary. But they're a large insurance company owned by CVS now. Lumico, only 24 in the state of Utah as of 2019. Atlantic Coast, brand new starting this year, really. Didn't have any lives that they were insuring as of 2019. So I'm looking at a lot of different factors with this. I want a good insurance company. Cigna, a little bit higher rate increase than I like to see at the 6%, but we like working with them. They're great service. Here's United AARP. They have a 1% rate increase average since 2013. That is so strong. That is so strong. United Healthcare, sponsored by AARP. Humana, same thing. They've gone down in price since 2015, so strong. We love that, to see things like that. National General, National Guardian Life at a 5% average, Transamerica 1% average, which isn't too bad. GTL, Guaranteed Trust Life, just had a 12% rate increase a few months back. That's scary to see. Great Southern Life, still so new, hasn't had a rate increase as of yet. Mutual of Omaha has a 5.5% rate increase average, but they're a very large, well-known company. But they just had 12% this year, so that's a little higher than I like to see. Western United, 18%, same as the G's. That's scary. I wouldn't want to touch that with a stick. Bankers Fidelity just had 10% this year. It's a little scary. Regions Blue Cross Blue Shield has gone down over since 2017, so we'd love to see that. So anyway, folks, this is kind of an idea of what you're looking at. Now, if you live in the state of Utah and you need help with your Medicare supplement plan, of course, we'd love to help you. We're here in Utah. Our office is in Sandy. We've been working with people as an organization as a whole for about 25 to 35 years on Medicare supplement plans here in Utah. I'm going to put our phone number right here on the screen for you, and that number is 801-255-5340, 801-255-5340. We'd love to talk with you. We'd love to hear from you. Just ask for Christian. My company is called Christian Brindle Insurance Services. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, folks. If you found this helpful on picking your Medicare supplement plan and what companies to look at, please do us a favor, drop a like on the video, subscribe for future Medicare and insurance-based content, and leave a comment on what you thought of this video. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.